Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Citi News.
It's midday. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Citi Prime News, live from our studio at number 11, Dr. Morton Loop in Adabraka, Accra. My name is Inosafo, and this afternoon I'm here with
Caleb Kuda.
Coming up, Bimbala Municipal Security Council calls an emergency meeting over demands by the youth of the area for the immediate removal of the medical superintendent of the Bimbala Government Hospital.
So I found out to see their leaders, where are the keys? And they say they lock it.
Also coming up, 35-year-old man arrested in Wa for defiling over 12 children to appear in courts today. Still ahead in the bulletin, Ministry of Education in serious negotiations with members of CTAG over their ongoing strike in demand for their outstanding allowances.
Heads of agencies responsible for these negotiations are working tirelessly to ensure that within the shortest possible time. But you know, negotiations, all of us must soften our stance. So we are appealing that let's soften stance.
And later, healthcare providers in Ejiso in the Ashanti region demand the completion of stalled projects to help quality healthcare delivery.
You know, in Ashanti region, we don't have purposeful built health facilities. Most of the hospitals started as health centers.
All that and more on the Citi Prime News, which is live on our partner stations across the country. In the Western region, we're on Beach 105.5 FM in Takoradi. In the Bono region, we're live on Greener 95.9 FM in Sunyang. If you're in Kumasi, you're listening to us on Focus 94.3 FM, as well as Orange 107.9 FM, also in Kumasi. In the Volta region, we're live on Revival 99.3 FM in Tajewu. In the Northern region, we're on Radio Bimbala 91.9 FM. In the Upper East region, we're live on Tanga 93.7 FM in Bolga. In the Upper West, Tunsong 97.3 FM in Wa and Jirapa 96.1 FM. The news is also live across the globe on citynewsroom.com, Citi 97.3 FM on Facebook, and CityTube on YouTube.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Many thanks for joining us. Let's settle for the details of our stories. The Bimbala Hospital remains non-operational as the nurses' strike enters its second week. Despite the medical superintendent attempting to resume work on Friday, they were once again forced to leave the facility by the protesters. The administration block was locked by the youth, who also took possession of the keys. Today, the Municipal Security Committee is present at the hospital for discussions with the nurses and hospital staff. Citi News had an opportunity to interview one of the youth leaders, Mohammed Muniru, to understand the reasons behind their action.
For me, I didn't go out with anything. My in the school when they called me that they didn't open the admission is still closed. That's okay, no problem. I said, who closed it? Maybe they say that should come from the demonstrator. So I found out to see their leaders, where are the keys? And they say they lock it. They didn't even want to talk to me. So I traced up and I found the key, where the key is, and I went for it.
So where did you actually get the keys?
I had it from one of their place. Yeah, I had it from the boys.
Okay.
You heard one of the youth leaders, Mohammed Muniru. Now, after concluding the hospital staff meeting, the staff raised concerns about security. Abdullah Yakub is the chairman of the Municipal Security Council, and he has reassured the youth that adequate security would be arranged to facilitate their work.
So we have looked around and we have retrieved the keys and handed it over, and the administration block has been opened. And they have assured us that service will commence. They also raised some concerns about their security. We have given them assurance that we will provide security for them. And we are going to meet the organizers of the demonstration to let them know that we are governed by rules and regulations. We cannot take the law into hands and then misbehave. So we want to let them know that enough is enough, and we should allow the processes to work without any hindrance.
Furthermore, Mr. Yakub said the medical superintendent would return to the hospital to perform his duties.
Certainly, he has to come back to do some administrative work. Even if he's supposed to leave the place, it's just not like that. He has to come back, even to prepare his handover notes and whatever. So the fact that they don't want to see him in the municipality, that shouldn't be the case. At least they have made their point. We have also forwarded their concerns to the region, and we are waiting for their response.
Abdullah Yakub is the chairman of the Bimbala Municipal Security Council.
The managing director of the Tema Oil Refinery, Jerry Kofi Henson, has tendered his resignation from his position. In a letter addressed to President Akufo-Addo, Mr. Henson cited unforeseen health circumstances that have made it difficult for him to continue in his role as the MD. He expressed his gratitude to the president and assured him of a smooth transition of his responsibilities. In his letter, Mr. Henson mentioned that he will continue to perform his duties diligently until his last day at the refinery.
Let's go to the eastern region, where police in Nuaso, a suburb of the Lower Manyakrobo municipality in the eastern region, are currently investigating the alleged murder of a 60-year-old man by his 20-year-old mentally challenged nephew, Nayo Ano. The victim, Kweku Emmanuel, was visually impaired and was reportedly attacked with a machete by his nephew on Sunday. The motive behind the attack is still unclear, and investigations are underway to determine the circumstances leading to the incident. The suspect, Nayoano, is currently in custody as the authorities work to gather more information and evidence regarding the case. Eyewitnesses, including Tete Paddy and the chief of Tesanya Nuaso, Nene Kwesi Afro Titriku II, have been narrating the incident to the media.
This morning I'm in the house. And I want prepare to go and work. So the one woman who was selling the chorus stuff, we were selling pepper, tomatoes, and things. And I asked of me, they say you go change. So I called one sister who come and sell the thing for me. So I go put the thing down. And I went to the kiosks in out front of the house to buy oil, garlic, and salt. So before I buy the thing where they go house, where I return to buy groundnut. About the groundnut, before I will enter the house, we waiting happy. Before I see say the kata. Where I put the thing down, run to go and catch him and hit him down. Before we correct the kata for Parata and kill him already.
I was at a meeting, a family meeting, before messenger came, the chief linguist came to me that someone has slaughtered one of my elders. So reaching there, I was informed that the police has been informed already. So the police was there. So we have to take him to the hospital for the doctor to continue with medical, yes.
You heard an eyewitness to an alleged murder, Tete Paddy, and the chief of Tesanya Nuaso, Nene Kwesi Afro Titriku II, in the eastern region.
The Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture is actively seeking media support to boost the growth of the tourism industry in Ghana. The ministry has introduced the Destination Ghana project, which aims to draw in 4 million visitors, both domestic and international, to various tourist sites across the country. Dr. Ibrahim Awal Mohammed, the Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture, made this announcement during an editors' forum designed to rally media support for the industry's expansion. According to him, the primary goal of the Destination Ghana project is to generate substantial revenue surpassing $6 billion and to create over 150,000 job opportunities within the tourism sector.
So our Destination Ghana projects, 4-year projects between now and 2026. 2 million international arrivals, 2 million domestic tourists. After this engagement today, subsequently we are going to engage all key stakeholders. Next week or next 2 weeks, we're going to have engagement with the business sector, private sector, to let them appreciate tourism. We engage the religious community, we engage the academia, and then diplomatic community. All this aim at ensuring that everybody appreciates tourism, put tourism at the center of the activities. Having said that, I want to make some strategy that I want to do to make sure that we achieve the 2 million international arrivals and the 2 million domestic arrivals. 8 tourists in Ghana, that counts. It's an average of $2,000 or $3,000. 8 tourists, averagely $3,000. So if you have 2 million people coming, that makes it $6 billion within 4 years. A year, that makes it number one contribution to GDP. If you have $6 billion every year coming to your economy, $6 billion, and 150,000 jobs a month, the economy is buoyant. That's how I want to do. Most economists depend on tourism, 100% for their survival. We think that within the 4-year Destination Ghana project, tourism should contribute $6 billion per annum to our economy. So over 10 years, we are talking about $60 billion for the economy.
He added that the government seeks to launch a 100 million Citi tourism enterprise project to encourage the youth to bring up ideas on how to improve tourism in the country.
We are very peaceful. We are hosting AFTA, and Ghana is a center of diaspora engagement. Diaspora, they love Ghana because of the year of return and beyond return that the president launched in 2019. Ghana is very good. So we want to position Ghana as a MICE and business tourism country in West Africa. 2, next year, we're going to launch a 100 million Citi tourism enterprise project. We're going to launch a 100 million Citi tourism enterprise project. What I want to do is that to encourage young people to give us projects on sustainable tourism. Whilst we're exploiting the tourist side, we don't also overexploit them. We encourage young people to go in. So I'm going to put a 100 million Citi sustainable tourism project to encourage youth to come with tourism ideas, tourism projects that to get Ghana.
Dr. Ibrahim Awal Mohammed is the Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture.
More than 600 students of the Kumasi Technical University are appealing to the university's management to reconsider their decision to require them to defer their academic programs. These students have been unable to register their courses, leading to their exclusion from the current semester's examinations. If they don't participate in the ongoing exams, they will automatically be deferred to a later semester. While the students admit their failure to properly register their courses, they are pleading with the university's management to show leniency and reconsider their decision. Here's one of them speaking to Citi News.
I paid the fees late and I wasn't able to do the registration. And the day I paid the fees was the day that they were starting the exams. And in my case, I'm not writing exams, I'm doing internship. The day that we paid the fees, that they said it was a deadline, which we didn't see any message about it. So on Monday we went to after paying the fees, they said we should go and pay the penalty, which was 100 Ghana cedis. We went and paid the penalty, and then they said we should go to the IT and register. We went to the IT, they said they've closed registration, we can't register again. So we came to the registrar and he was telling us there's nothing they can do about it. So we pleaded and they said, okay, they are going to have a meeting. If they have the meeting, whatever be the case, Friday, they'll communicate to us. On Friday, they came and they told us that they can't do anything about it. We should defer all our courses. But I mean, for instance, if they say I should defer my course, then they are indirectly sacking me from this book because I'm the one catering for myself, everything. My phone is here, I can show it to you. Sir. Weekends, I have to sell water and come and feed on myself on campus.
You heard a student of the Kumasi Technical University there. Meanwhile, management says The decision was taken by the university's academic board after several deadlines issued to the students to register their courses. The acting university relations officer for the Kumasi Technical University, Joshua Appiah, spoke to Citi News.
After the deadline of 29th of May, there was an extension to 5th of June with a penalty. Those who haven't registered should pay a penalty and register. After 5th June, there was another extension given by the university for them to continue to register with a penalty. Even went on further to June, July, they had to register. SRC even came in to plead with the university to extend time even though it elapses. The final date was up to the 3rd of August. Even with that one, the SRC helped initiate that date for the students, that they will make sure they register. Even after 3rd of August, the university left the portal open because the examination started on the 5th to 7th of August. So the university closed the portal after the 7th of August so that students won't be able to register again. So those who paid the penalty but didn't register, they are the ones that couldn't register. But after the 7th, the cash officer didn't receive any money for penalty.
Joshua Appiah is the acting university relations officer for the Kumasi Technical University.
Let's stay with education, and the management of Mount Mary College of Education in Somenya has urgently appealed to the government to resolve the ongoing issues with the Colleges of Education Teachers Association of Ghana, CTAG. The prolonged impasse between the government and CTAG is having significant consequences on the operations of the college, particularly on the teaching and learning processes. During the 14th congregation of the college, the principal, Dr. Cecilia Esinam Agbe, expressed concern about the negative impact of the dispute on the college's functioning and also called on the Ministry of Finance to give financial clearance for the recruitment of both teaching and non-teaching staff to immediately address the growing needs of the college.
The insufficiency of administrative staff has been largely dealt with since we benefited from 28 slots of financial clearance for the year 2021 to appoint various categories of staff. This notwithstanding, we still have vacancies to be filled, especially in the teaching department, security department, audit unit, ICT, and library unit, in addition to some of the academic departments like Ghanaian languages. We therefore appeal to the Ministry of Finance through the Sector Ministry to honor their promise of granting the colleges of education financial clearance to replace at least the retirees and other staff who have exited for one reason or the other.
Principal of the Mount Mary College of Education in Somenya, Dr. Cecilia Esinam Agbe. Responding to the plea of the principal in an interview with the media, a Deputy Minister of Education in charge of TVET, Gifty Chum Ampofo, indicated that the Ministry of Education is currently negotiating with the leadership of CTAG to resolve the impasse.
The principal also made an appeal that they are starting exams on Monday, that is, end of semester exam on Monday. However, the teachers of College of Education there's a slight impact, and I'm appealing to them that the minister is working tirelessly to get it resolved. And we appeal that they should come back to the negotiation table and let us get to a lasting solution. It is an appeal because all agencies or all heads of agencies responsible for these negotiations are working tirelessly to ensure that within the shortest possible time. But negotiations, all of us must soften our stance. So we are appealing that let's soften stance and get to a wonderful conclusion.
Gifty Chumampofo is Deputy Minister of Education in charge of TVET.
The National Service Personnel Association of the Tamale Metropolis is adamant to call off their ongoing strike until they receive confirmation of the payment of their owed allowances. The strike, which began on August 10, 2023, was initiated due to the non-payment of these allowances. The president of the National Service Personnel Association, Osman Sharif, tells Citi News that the only condition under which they will consider calling off the strike is when they have been officially informed that their outstanding allowances have been disbursed.
we had a call from a regional administrator, another regional administrator, and he was telling us that we should call off the strike. They are actually in the process to make sure that the payment is done. So we said, okay, if the payment is going to be done, they should give us assurance as to which day the payment is going to be done. And told us that the following week, that's this week, payment will be done. Then we said, okay, then we also continue our strike action if payment is done. Because we stated in the letter that once payment is done, we'll go back to post. Then the following day, Friday, we didn't hear anything from them again. Then on yesterday, Saturday, I had a conversation with the national president, who is in the name of Gideon. And he made assurance to me that payment is going to be done this week. So I asked him as to which day of this week the payment is going to be done. And then he said for the day, he can give assurance, whether Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, he can give assurance with that. Then we also say that since that's going to be the case, then why not for us to just continue with the strike action once the payment is done? If payment is done on Monday, we also release a statement calling off the strike. If payment is done on Tuesday, we release a statement to call off the strike. That's the assurance we also give. So if payment is done today, we are calling off the strike today.
You heard President of the National Service Association, Osman Sharif. This is still the Citi Prime News, live on 97.3 Citi FM. Still to come, tax consultant calls for a revision to the Income Tax Amendment Bill 2022. We'll bring you the details of that and many other stories shortly. Do stay with us.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Ajwapa, what's all this condom business? I've told her over and over again that she won't get pregnant, and she's still insisting. Oh, isn't she the same person who said we would not have sex till we go out for at least 2 years? For all this time? Oh, and she still can't trust me enough? Ama, when I try to do something small, no, condom this, condom that. So handsome man like me, she probably thinks I have HIV.
Using a condom will protect you and your partner. Condoms are effective for protection against a wide spectrum of STIs and HIV infection. Don't take risks. Use a condom every time. Always come prepared.
This advert is brought to you by the Ghana AIDS Commission.
Get ready to witness a remarkable fair to showcase the rich diversity, talent, innovation, and mastery of made in Ghana products and services with the This is Ghana Exhibition 2023. Citi TV and Citi FM will allow you to immerse yourself in a vibrant showcase of authentic Ghanaian products and services in the biggest trade fair and exhibition for local SMEs, startups, research and manufacturing industries, homegrown businesses, and indigenous corporate bodies Ghana has ever seen. We shall promote, support, and patronize various Ghanaian products, solutions, and services that are redefining the views on indigenous products and their packaging across all sectors. Join us at the Accra Metropolitan Assembly on the 26th and the 27th of August 2023 at 10 a.m. through till 5 p.m. each day. Call us now on 0205 973 973 for inquiries on how to participate.
The This is Ghana exhibition is powered by Citi TV and Citi FM and proudly sponsored by MTN Momo, Nalo Solutions, Pan-African Savings and Loans, and SMV Ghana.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
You're welcome back to the Citi Prime News. Let's do some more stories. Tax consultant Francis Boy is suggesting that revisions should be made to the Income Tax Amendment Bill 2022, which was passed by Parliament earlier this year. The bill introduces several new taxes, including a 10% tax on betting and lottery winnings. The Ghana Revenue Authority has announced that it will start implementing this tax from August 15. Francis Boy believes that the government should have considered incorporating exemptions in the bill. And he also suggests that the tax rate on betting and lottery winnings should be reduced to 5%.
The NDC parliamentary candidate for Ayawaso West Wogon, John Dumelo, is expressing confidence in his party's chances of winning the seat in the upcoming 2024 general elections. This confidence follows his endorsement by the NDC as their candidate for the constituency in the upcoming elections. Mr. Dumelo faced competition from other contenders within the party, including Fred Nyama and Moses Echampong. However, both contenders eventually stepped down from the race, allowing John Dumelo to become the NDC's representative for the constituency. Speaking to City News, John Dumelo reiterated his commitment to working towards winning the seat for the party.
Well, it's exciting news. It's news that I've always been waiting for. Yesterday, I made a statement that I think this is even harder than primaries. You know, the back and forth, the negotiations, you know, the talking to people and stuff. And so I'm excited about this. But all in all, it's because we want to win the seat in 2024. And, you know, the Ayawaso West Wogon seat is a must-win for us. In 2024, what we are planning to do, and we've started it already, is to, you know, we know we are going to win, but we want to win it, you know, in a grand style. We came close in 2020. We made some mistakes. In 2024, we've started correcting those mistakes. So we are planning and plotting, and this time is a lot of strategy that we are going to use. We know we are going to win it, like I said. People are tired. People are tired of the current MP, and they want change. And so this time, that's what we are preaching. We are preaching change.
NDC parliamentary candidate for Ayawaso West Wogon, John Dumelo, there, now chairman of the party in the Ayawaso West Wogon constituency, Bismarck Abobi Ayite, says they will throw their weight behind a candidate to amass massive votes.
I'm very happy we have come to a conclusion with a sole candidate. I believe John contested in 2020. I worked with him, and I believe that we've all come to a conclusion that we need to repeat a candidate. It's an endorsement that we, as a constituency, as branches and as party members, constituents, agree to, because we need to win 2024 and win convincingly. And we believe that John Dumelo stands a better chance to give us the victory that we are looking for in 2024. We are strategizing to do better in the 2024 general election. But up to the vote that we are anticipating, that one, it depends on hard work, which we are preparing to do.
NDC constituency chairman for Ayawaso West Wogon, Bismarck Abobi Ayite.
The Environmental Protection Agency has joined forces with the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority to address the issue of harmful vehicle emissions that negatively impact the environment. Dr. Henry Kukufu, the Executive Director of EPA, has announced a collaborative effort to conduct comprehensive emission testing for all vehicles. Vehicles that fail to meet the required emission standards will be prohibited from operating on the roads. He expressed his concern about the air quality in the country and emphasized the importance of taking action to improve it.
Environmental Protection Agency, in conjunction with DVLA, we have developed the emission standards, which means that we roll it out and implement, and vehicles are to be subjected to these standards. Those that fail are asked to do refitting of the engines, or they are asked to be off the road. And it's a very difficult challenge that we have on our hands, given that almost 2/3 of vehicles on our roads would necessarily fail a rigid best practices standards of emissions. They will fail. So then we cannot roll it out all at once. We're combining education and awareness creation, sensitization, to ensure that members of the vehicular industry will come to terms with their realities. So then when advice or cautions are given for you to go and refit in order to come for testing, people will take it in good faith. We don't want to cause mayhem or cause confusion or fear in the system. No, we will roll it out systematically.
That was the Executive Director of the EPA, Dr. Henry Kukufu. Now, Ghana's embassy in Burkina Faso is encouraging onion truck operators traveling between Ghana, Burkina Faso, and Niger to collaborate closely with the embassy for enhanced security during their journeys. The embassy has coordinated with the Burkinabe government to arrange for escorts to assist Ghanaian traders ensuring their safe passage. The ambassador, Boniface Gambila Adagbila, in an interview with Citi News, says the embassy has successfully assisted onion truck drivers whose shipments were stranded in Burkina Faso due to border closures in Niger.
We spoke to Burkina Faso authorities and they have promised to provide the escort. The escort is important because from Dore to Kaya is a distance. The terrorists have blown culverts and bridges along that route and they have killed soldiers and volunteers on that route. And they have burnt over 30 Ghanaian trucks before in the last few months. They killed the people there, they left the Ghanaians because the Ghanaian drivers, because they had Ghana cards. If they didn't have Ghana cards, they would have been killed like the others. So the escort is important, just like we do along Kitampuro and Waligo. That is the kind of escort we are talking about. And this one is more terrifying. So they really strategize properly before they escort people from Dore to Kaya. So once they escort them to Kaya, and they are free to move to Ghana to get into wherever they want. As of yesterday, I had there was a much more serious situation the Benin border. So the tribe there have moved into Burkina and they have to move under escort. They were trying to find out what is happening and what will happen.
Speaking on the efforts to contain and manage influx of refugees into the country, Boniface Gambila Adagbila says Ghana and Burkina Faso are working closely to ensure the security of the borders and prevent the infiltration of extremists who might pose as refugees.
The displaced persons who have done it and find themselves safe and sound. Yesterday, for example, I was with the immigration and I tried to find out how far, and they gave me a certain version around the Tabari area. But those around the upper east, towards the eastern corner corridor, information written indicates that the UNI Commission, the Ghana Refugee Board, they are in control. They have a lot of shelter, and they still want to provide shelter. They have quite lands. In terms of the potential of terrorists or extremists coming in, I would say that there is nothing that is not possible, and that is what Ghana and Burkina Faso collaborate in terms of security to be sure that these violence don't cross and don't really take safe haven in Ghana.
That was Ambassador Boniface Gambila Adagbila, Ghana's ambassador to Burkina Faso, speaking to Citi News.
Health facilities in the Ejisu municipality in the Ashanti region are faced with lack of basic equipment like hospital beds to help in the smooth delivery of healthcare. In the midst of this challenge, some facilities in the municipality are also grappling with stalled projects, and health authorities there are calling for help to complete these projects. Citi News' Ashanti regional correspondent Hafiz Tijani reports.
The construction of this facility started years ago to serve as the children's ward at the Ejisu Government Hospital, but it is yet to be completed. The Health Directorate is worried that delays in the completion of this building is affecting children's health care. Ejisu Municipal Health Director Josephine Asofe Ahoso is calling for an urgent intervention to complete the building.
So in terms of infrastructure, in Ashanti region, we don't have purposeful built health facilities. Most of the hospitals started as health centers and turned into hospitals. And so Ejisu Hospital used to be a health center, Ejisu Health Center. And so when you look at the structures around, you realize that they were not planned, purposeful as a hospital. It started as a health center. And so in terms of infrastructure, I don't think we have the best. Even as you can see, that is the children's block. It's yet to be completed. As we speak, we need it badly. We need this structure to be completed so that we could give quality of care to the children who visit our facility.
For how many years now?
I'm not really sure, but I think it started around 2018.
Health facilities like the Femoswa, Ongni, and the Ejiso Government Hospital are dealing with a huge challenge of lack of beds. At some of the facilities, stones are used to support existing beds which have been used for years. Member of Parliament for Ejiso, John Ampuntia Kuma, says a recent visit reveals dilapidated hospital beds and that threatens healthcare delivery.
It was a very dilapidated, weak bed. And some of the communities like Fumesa, when I went there, they were supporting the hospital bed with stones. In fact, it was very, very distasteful to behold. So it pushed me to begin to think about how we can get good beds for our various hospitals. And so I started mobilizing the entrepreneurs, and we were able to raise enough for first 100 brand new beds, and we are insisting that we replace all the existing beds in the various wards. They can use the existing ones as backup beds, but we want these brand new ones to replace all the existing beds.
He, however, initiated an idea to cut support of businesses in the municipality to get them to help the health facilities for improved medical care.
There's a lack of bed syndrome in our hospitals is prevalent. And so it's one of my objectives to mobilize the entrepreneurs in my constituency, the various businesses under the Ejiso Club 100, to contribute to sourcing for health facilities to intervene. And fortunately for us, we have been able to raise the first brand new 100 beds, which we have distributed among the various health posts in hospitals and clinics and CHIPS compound. This is just the beginning. We have so many other interventions we will do as we go on.
Health facilities in the municipality have been supported through the MP's initiative. And while the Member of Parliament for Ejiso is pledging to do more to improve healthcare delivery within the constituency, health authorities here are calling for immediate help to complete this facility. Hafiz Tijani, Citi News, Ejiso, Ashanti Region.
From the Ashanti region, let's head back here to Accra, where the Greater Accra Regional Minister Henry Quartey has criticized the performance of various metropolitan, municipal and district chief executives in the capital city. He expressed dissatisfaction with what he perceived as their poor efforts in curbing indiscipline in Accra. Henry Quartey has been leading the Let's Make Greater Accra Work initiative, which involves implementing policies to address issues such as road indiscipline, sanitation and security. The goal of this initiative is to bring about positive transformations in the city. During a meeting with the MMDCEs, the regional minister voiced his disappointment with the current situation in the Greater Accra region and expressed his desire for greater commitment and effectiveness in tackling the challenges facing the region.
Have you been hardworking? Yes. With Abubuya still on the motorway, can we say he's hardworking? Well, let's answer the questions. Is it hardworking? Chocho is still loading around Accra Mall. Is hardworking. Kole rubbish around Graphic Road. Hardworking. Amy, Kimbu, Chudu, everywhere, rubbish. Hardworking. I want us to mark ourselves. Honorable Abana, Agbogbolshi has been turned into a refuse dump. Is it hardworking? Are you aware? The place we cleared, the people are still dumping refuse there. They have stopped. Since when? I can't hear you. Last month. Do you know the dates we did this exercise at Agbogbolshi? 2 years. And it took you last month to stop them from dumping refuse. I'm not too excited about coming to read hard work. Lejokuku, Ladadekotopo, Ashaman, Tema West, we talked about Abubuya on the motorway. They are still plying the motorway. They are. I also West Wogon. They actually, Accra Mall is like that. In fact, Ladadekotopo, just in front of ex-President John Mahama's house, somebody has started selling onions and tomatoes. Unbelievable. You are fighting over who collects revenue at Palace Mall. And as the contractor continues to work, the median has become a place for organizer, trotro, mechanics. Every day I talk about it. MCA is not feeling well every day. So how do I read the speech?
Greater Accra Regional Minister Henry Quartey there. This is still the Citi Prime News live on 97.3 Citi FM. Still to come, Participants of Citi FM and Citi TV's Literacy Challenge Level 2 aptitude test express optimism of being part of the top 10 finalists. We'll bring you details shortly. Do stay.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Happy birthday to you. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Throughout all life-changing moments such as graduations, weddings, funerals, birthdays, ATL is there to ensure you're never out of style. When you think fabric, think ATL. Log on to atlfabrics.com. Order and buy your favorite ATL fabric. You can also visit our shop at number 40 Kwame Nkrumah Avenue, opposite the Swansea Shopping Arcade at Accra Central. Also available in leading fabric dealer shops in Accra, Kumasi, and Cape Coast. ATL, bringing fabric to life.
1xBet jackpot is here with weekly massive prizes up for grabs. All you have to do is place your bets on any sports game and stand a chance to win. Simply register at 1xbet.com.gh. Use promo code JackpotGhana and place your bets. 1xBet is your key to great victories. Feel like a winner. 1xBet. Gambling can be addictive. Bet responsibly. Not for person under 18 years. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
You're welcome back. Academic activities at Fodome Kojeto Community School in the Hohoi municipality of the Volta region are set to improve with the construction and renovation of some school blocks. The current dilapidated infrastructure has been causing interruptions during lessons, especially when it rains. Volta Regional Correspondent Desmond Selasiago visited the community and brings us this report.
Fodome Kojeto is a community of around 500 people, mostly farmers, facing challenges such as poor road networks and limited access to quality education. The only school in the community, built 30 years ago, has not undergone any renovation and is in a deteriorated state, affecting teaching and learning. Students have to leave their premises whenever it rains. This they want addressed.
Our school is not enough because we are so more than the classroom, and we are suffering because of that. We are under a canopy. We are suffering from dust and disturbance from people in the community. When they are passing, they will be watching us and they see the teachers, see the students learning under that, and we are so ashamed from learning. So we are begging the government to help us in this situation. If not, we don't know how it's going to happen. These are making some of the students to leave the school too. So we need to do some school classroom for us.
The headmistress, Titi Shado, highlighted the challenges faced by the school.
So the school is facing a lot of challenges. And one is the structure. The structure is not adequate. Then the existing structure as well is not up to standard. And this discourages most of the people in the town to move their work from Kojeto to Hohoi, since the distance is not all that far. So it's reducing the population or the enrollment gradually. It's affecting us in such a way that when you come to the school, you see that peoples are not present because many a times the enrollment testify or the enrollment can justify if the people are serious in the town or not. So if you don't have enough facilities, they are moving their works to other schools.
Some parents who spoke to Citi News urged the government to urgently renovate the school to prevent their children from having to leave the community when moving to junior high school.
Well, the construction going on is timely because there was a storm and the roofing or the structure where the kids were schooling, were having their classes, was broken or was ripped off. And they could not study anymore. They had to crowd in maybe 2 classes in one classroom. Two classes in one classroom. When it rains, they couldn't go for classes. And so they are coming here with this project. It's very timely. And it will really help the children and help parents as well, so that studies can go on as programmed.
Thankfully, Fidelity Bank, in partnership with Pencils of Promise, has initiated the construction of an ultra-modern classroom block and renovation of existing structures to address these issues. Freeman Goba, the country director of Pencils of Promise, stated that the project aims to provide a conducive learning environment for students, regardless of harsh weather conditions. The project is expected to be completed within 6 months.
We are hopeful that this community currently has only 2 unit classrooms for the KG. And if by close of this project, they would have 2 8-unit classrooms, and we think that is going to enhance the quality of education for the community. It's going to provide access to these children. What we want to tell the parents in this community is that within the next 5 months to 6 months, they will have a full complement of the classroom, and we are hopeful that they also contribute their part to the education of their children by providing their books, their school uniform, providing food for their children before they leave and come to school. So we are urging all community members to be united around this project so that collectively we can deliver in good time.
That report was filed by Volta Regional Correspondent Desmond Salasi Ago.
The chiefs and residents of Seshi Ahinbenso in the Bodi district of the Western North region have threatened not to allow any political activities in their community if government fails to fix the deplorable Bodi Ahinbenso road in 2 weeks. According to them, President Akufo-Addo, ahead of the 2020 election, promised that the 20-kilometer road will be awarded to 3 contractors, yet nothing has been done. The deplorable nature of the road has made movement very difficult for commuters. In an interview with City News, the assemblyman for Ahimbenso electoral area, Stephen Ama, said residents of Ahimbenso will embark on a demonstration if the government fails to fix their roads in 2 weeks.
From Ahimbenso to Udi Road is deplorable. Since about 7 years now, there's no any contractor on the road. During the time, Nana Adentako, during the campaign time, he came to Ahimbenso and he said, "You have given us 3 contractors for only just 9 months. Since that there's no any contractor, the road is totally spoiled. But you can't go to Bodi. When you go to Bodi, unless you have about 100 Ghana cedis in and out. It's just 13 kilometers. So all of Ahimbenso, Nananum and committee members says they won't vote again. Since the contractor says they will get contractor to come and do our road before you can vote. Give government 2 weeks. If there's no contractor on the road, we'll do demonstration against the government. The road is spoiled. So 2 weeks, you want the government to come and assist. Either you give us a contractor to do it before, and you let them to vote our town.
Assemblyman for Ahimbenso electoral area, Stephen Ama.
Ghanaian medical students on government scholarships studying in Cuba are distressed by the lack of stipend payments since March this year. They stress the severe consequences of this non-payment on their well-being and academic progress. Ghanaian students abroad on government scholarships have consistently voiced frustration at the Scholarship Secretariat's failure to fulfill its obligations. Speaking anonymously to City News, one student shared that they've resorted to borrowing and depending on others' kindness for survival.
11 months without stipends in Cuba is a hell. This has been the challenge we've been facing. Over 100 Ghanaian medical students in Cuba on the scholarship of Ghana Scholarship Secretariat. We've been pleading with the authorities, we've been pleading with the officials, but we've not seen anything yet. It's been 11 months, May inclusive. But as at now, there has been an indication from several students that an amount for 8 months has been disbursed. Others are still in the process receiving theirs. That's currently the status of the 100 Ghanaian medical students in Cuba on the scholarship, on the ticket of the Ghana Scholarship Secretariat. We want to take this medium to further say to our sponsors that we still hope the remaining 3 months come on, as early as possible, so that we can equally satisfy all our debts. We can pay off all our debts and begin serious academic studies.
You heard a Ghanaian medical student in Cuba lamenting the non-payment of their stipends. He spoke to City News on condition of anonymity.
The president of the Principals of Colleges of Education, PRINCOF, Professor Samuel Atintono, has noted that the end of semester examination for students in these colleges are progressing as scheduled despite CTAC strike. CTAC members commenced their strike on August 1, demanding improved conditions of service from the government due to unfulfilled promises. This action led to the suspension of academic activities in all 46 colleges of education. Speaking to City News, Professor Samuel Atintono, president of PRINCOF, appealed to CTAC to reconsider their stance and end the strike.
It's actually even the third week, and the teaching has actually brought teaching to the stop, as the tutors are not teaching now. So what we're trying to do is only the examination for the third year, which we started to conduct the exams just to read. So all teaching activities on the colleges, the 46 colleges, have come to a halt. It's something that's a worry for all of us. Yeah, exams are taking place. What we have done is that principals have done some alternative arrangements where non-teaching staff are the ones to supervise the invigilation of the examination. So we're using other staff of the colleges. With this kind of arrangement, all the 46 colleges of education, the students are writing, because the students who are supposed to be taught at level 100, they are not being taught for 2 weeks. We are in the third week. And for this category of students, they were left with only 2 to end the semester. And naturally, we normally will have 1 week for them to do revision. But because of the strike, they have had to revise for the 2 weeks, and then they write the exam for the next 2 weeks, and then they can leave. We keep appealing to our tutors to get back. So that's my appeal to them.
Professor Samuel Atintono is president of the president of Principals of Colleges of Education.
Tension is currently brewing at the Kade police station in the eastern region following the demise of Isaac Wuba. The individual was knocked down by a speeding white unregistered Honda Accord vehicle on the Kade Buedua Road. The victim's family has gathered at the police station demanding swift justice and accusing the Kade police of protecting the suspect. Veronica Wuba, the deceased sister, spoke to the media about the incident.
We found my brother's motorcycle in the bush. We also found his body parts nearby. Upon arriving at the hospital, we were told he had passed. We want the authority to ensure that justice is served. My brother left behind 5 children and a pregnant wife. We cannot let this slide.
Veronica Wuba is relative to Isaac Wuba, who was killed by a speeding vehicle at Kade in the eastern region.
The level 2 of the Citi FM Citi TV Literacy Challenge, which included an aptitude test, has come to an end. Out of over 3,000 entries, 50 students whose essays were chosen participated in the aptitude test. This phase will ultimately result in the identification of the top 10 finalists. These finalists will compete in a quiz competition for the grand cash prize of 10,000 Ghana cedis. There is more in the following report by Daniel Odro-Mensah and read by Hawa Idrisu Mustafa.
Parents and educators gathered at the Accra Digital Center on Saturday to accompany their students as they participated in the second level of the 2023 Citi FM and Citi TV's Literacy Challenge. This phase followed the initial competition where participants were required to craft a captivating 600-word essay, concluding with the phrase, "True happiness arises not from having the best of everything, but from making the best of everything one has." Additionally, the second stage featured 50 participants from across Ghana chosen from a pool of more than 3,000 entries spanning 14 out of the 16 regions of the country. These 50 contestants were selected from various regions including Western, Savannah, Ahafo, Volta, Central, Greater Accra, Northern and Ashanti. In preparation for the third and final stage, participants underwent a comprehensive general knowledge aptitude test that encompassed both theoretical and practical components.
You'll be given a question booklet. It has 26 pages and 85 questions. So this is how it's going to look.
The aptitude test will be succeeded by the identification of the 10 top finalists who will engage in a traditional quiz competition for the coveted grand prize of 10,000 cedis. The 1.5-hour test concluded at 1:50 p.m., followed by the presentation of medals and certificates to each participant.
Next up, getting ready is Papa Kweku Ankoma. Oh, let's receive him. I mean, we'll be clapping a lot at this point, so please let's do that. Upper West region, repping his region as well. All the way from there, it shows you how wide we've covered Ghana when it comes to the Literacy Challenge 2023. So, I mean, it's such a great one, and I'm super proud of him.
Citi News had conversations with contestants hailing from the northern and southern regions of the country.
Today was not bad. The questions were quite a lot, but I was able to try and answer all of them. Well, for me, I found it to be not too difficult, not too easy, just in the middle right there, but I have hope that I would be able to pass through to the next stage. The top 10 is seen as a big thing because it's not everyone who can write a story, go through the level 2, which is the aptitude test, and then go to the top 10. So yes, I would like to be one of those few people. Yes.
We had to see which literary devices were being used. We had to assemble a digestive system. We also had to answer general knowledge questions on Ghana's history. Yeah.
It was okay. There were some things related to what we have learned in school already, so it was fine.
When you get 10,000 Ghana, what are you going to do with 10,000 Ghana?
Actually, I don't know, but some of it will go into my senior high school because I just completed junior high school.
The parents of these participants shared their motivations for enrolling their children in the literacy challenge.
I decided to join my daughter to participate in this literacy challenge because I think it's a good platform for children to hone their talents, their writing skills, their confidence. And I think it's very competitive. I've had the opportunity to watch a couple of the previous editions. And so I was so excited when my daughter was selected to be in the top 50 to participate in this aptitude test.
We already participated in the first round, so we want to still continue with the second round, which we were invited, so that's why we came.
Are you hoping to become the overall winner, your daughter to become the overall winner?
If Jehovah wills, we get there, we will like it.
Notably, sponsors emphasized the significance of the literacy challenge to their brand and encouraged other potential sponsors to join the initiative.
It's a good program, and we will forever is a strong word, but as a business, since nutrition of kids is also at our heart, we will continue to sponsor as much as possible.
To your viewers, I want them to continue to use our Alive soaps, which are Alive Rose, Alive Coconut, Alive Medicated, Alive Lemon, Alive Aloe. So we have all the variants for everybody, whatever flavor you prefer and whatever size. We have the 100 grams and the 200 grams. To other sponsors, we want them to also come on board to support our youth because it's a very, very laudable venture.
The 2023 Literacy Challenge is organized by 97.3 Citi FM and supported by Citi TV. The event is proudly sponsored by the Ghana National Gas Company, Ruby Crunchy Biscuit by M4 Foods, SIC Insurance PLC, Prospectus Ghana Limited, Dext Technology, Alive Soap, and Fortune Rice.
The 2020 presidential candidate of the Ghana Union Movement, Reverend Christian Kwabena Andrews, has issued a warning that he will lead a protest if President Nana Akufo-Addo decides to deploy troops to intervene in the ongoing coup situation in Niger. Reverend Andrews made this statement during a press conference in Accra. According to him, Ghana should refrain from involving itself in the problems of other countries, considering that the nation already has its own challenges to address.
I'm pleading to our president. Ghana, already we are suffering. There is no need for us to go and kill our own people. The military men over here, they are our brothers and sisters. We are not going to support that very movement. If anything happened that the president didn't listen to us, Ghana Union movement are going to back a very serious demonstration in the country against the president and his administration, because Ghana is a peaceful country. You don't want to share any blood.
You heard the 2020 presidential candidate for the Ghana Union Movement, Reverend Christian Kwabena Andrews. And that's it for the Citi Prime News, which has been live from our studio in Adabraka in Accra. My name is Inusafo, and I did this with
Caleb Kuda.
For more news, do log on to our website, citynewsroom.com. Up next is the afternoon's edition of the Citi Business News with me, Latte Latte. Many thanks for joining us. Do enjoy your day.
Citi 97.3. More